Know that you toxic, babe. Bad for me like a pack of cigarettes. Falling in love with you already, and I ain't even get to hit it yet. Heard that your last nigga wanted to marry you, got me wondering why he ain't did it yet. Heard that last nigga wanted to keep you, but I'm wondering why he ain't did that. Like, okay, yeah, I know you get dolled up all day, but somehow still let your ugly show. I wave the checker flag, baby girl, yeah, I gotta go. Running me away, and your friends know you're not for me, and your actions say so. Your actions say so. I've been smoking cigarettes because they remind me of your love, so toxic. Whoa, I've been smoking cigarettes because they remind me of your love, so toxic. I've been smoking cigarettes because they remind me of your love, so toxic. Whoa, I've been smoking cigarettes because they remind me of your love, so toxic. Know that you toxic, baby. Bad for me like a pack of cigarettes. Falling in love with you already, and I ain't even get to hit it yet. Heard that your last nigga wanted to marry you, got me wondering why he ain't did it yet. Heard that last nigga wanted to keep you, but I'm wondering why he ain't did that. Like, okay, yeah, I know you get dolled up all day, but somehow still let your ugly show. I wave the checker flag, baby girl, yeah, I gotta go. Running me away, and your friends know you're not for me, and your actions actions say so. Your actions say so. I've been smoking cigarettes because they remind me of your love, so toxic. Whoa, I've been smoking cigarettes because they remind me of your love, so toxic. I've been smoking cigarettes because they remind me of your love, so toxic. Whoa, I've been smoking cigarettes because they remind me of your love, so toxic.
Everything husky.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream. Next thing, tomorrow's here again.
It's a brand new day, never hold on to hate. Cause you was placed here to be great. Please take your place. All queens got a seat at my table. Cause without y'all, then the man ain't able. Melanated queen, connected to the universe. And so I gotta thank my mom for my birth. If hate is the curse, then love is the remedy. So I send you love no matter creed or identity. Until infinity, look at you like you kin to me. Even when we disagree, yo, you still kin to me. In other words, I can't bring you no trouble, can't bring you no beef, don't wanna see you deceased. Now if I'm coming at you, I'm coming with a business plan. Cause every day I'm on some, yo, let's get this money, man. Yeah, and that's my real plans. I rest my head at night, I wake up, I got another plan.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream. Next thing, tomorrow's here again.
It's a lot of high rappers tell me why we don't get money together, but we'll kill each other over whatever. Running down the freeway, we gonna own down. If Black Lives Matter, why we gonna own down? That's why they laugh and they think that we clowns. They hear what we say, but see how we get down. We gotta change that now, right now to be exact. Cause hurting that man's moms is not where it's at now. Old school, new school, need to learn, yo. They put us in groups so they can make more dough. The young versus the old versus the young. Black versus white, you see the pattern, right? No unity, keep them all on some gutter-ish. This way they don't prosper and get rich. Yo, can't you see it's a trick? Just open your third eye and you'll see the full view of it. Now yo, what if the powers that be know that the real power lies within the people? That's us. And what if they using things like crayon colors, black and white, to separate the people? Hey, yo, you gotta wake up. Don't let them fool y'all. Spread love.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream. Next thing, tomorrow's. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream. Next thing, tomorrow's here again. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning.
All right, good morning, y'all. You know what to do. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. We about to go ahead and get into it. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. We're back, yo. We're back at it, about to have another amazing show. Thank you again to everybody who's in here. Let me see. Let me make sure we're good. Oh, yeah, I see y'all. Here we go. Should be looking all crispy and clean on the screen. Yes, sir. That is the wrong screen. There we go. Welcome, y'all. Welcome back to another YouTube live stream and another episode of the Music Morning Show. I'm your host, ClassE Beats at ClassEbeats.com. And today, man, we've got a lot of things to catch you up on. It is day 4 officially today of this YSL trial, and Lil Woody, Young Thug's attorney, Judge Glanville, they're out here wilding, man. We're gonna get into it, talk about it here in just a minute, and I'll give you guys some updates. We're gonna talk about Brian Steele. He's out, man. They freed our guy Brian Steele, the attorney of the year over there defending Young Thug. We're gonna talk about that. Lil Woody, we're gonna talk about him doing some more snitching. It's crazy, man. And also, Judge Glanville is coming under fire because it's looking like they're trying to kick him up out of this case. So definitely going to be some interesting insight into what's going on in this case. You guys make sure you tap in and give your opinion and your thoughts as well. If you want to call in during the show, you are able to do that. The link to call in is in the description, and I'm going to have the screen for y'all to call in up the entire show. So if you call in, I should be able to see y'all over there. Make sure you let me know in the chat too. Let me say what's up to everybody who's in the building first, man. I see a few of y'all over there. RGB Shorts is in the building. Jakey G is up in here as well. I know we got a couple of y'all watching over on BandLab too. And we'll have a couple more people in there. Shout out to everybody watching on X. We've got over 20,000 people watching on X. Let's go. Good to see y'all. In case you missed it, we had an amazing show, another episode of Song of the Night Live last night. Congratulations to Mandy X for taking home the win with her song titled Energy. So she is going to get a chance to compete in next week's Versus Challenge and claim one of those last spots in the tournament. There are only 2 spots left to get into the season 8 tournament. So again, if you're an artist, you're watching this show and you want an opportunity to get your music heard and compete in a dope tournament, make sure that you tap in and tune into the show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Speaking of, if y'all want to see everybody who is in the tournament right now, here they go. We've got Nick Flanagan, Lanisha Houston, Greg Dose, Lily, Dizzy Days, Hollywood Co., Stizzy Too Hard, Puma Red, Javier LaFleur, King Creole, Smokey the One, and Dizzy Days actually won again last night. And she decided to give her spot in the tournament, her extra spot in the tournament, to Lord P. So we're going to see Lord P in the tournament coming up here in a couple weeks. So again, if y'all want to tune in for that, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss when we go live. Secondly, we do have another live stream we're doing today at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right after this live stream ends, we'll be going over to the BandLab Engineer channel where you guys will get an opportunity to get your music heard as well. We'll give some more in-depth critiques on your music to help you get to that next level. And we'll also be doing some live mixing and mastering in BandLab. So if y'all want to tap into that, make sure you tune into the BandLab Engineer channel. And we'll also be live here for that live stream on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel as well. Now, if you want to watch the replay once the episode is done, it won't be hosted here on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel. Everything will be posted over on the BandLab Engineer channel. All right. And we can go ahead and get into it if y'all are ready. I know we've got a lot to cover. And as I mentioned before, day 4 for this YSL trial is actually live right now. So we're going to tune in and we're going to check out some of the things that are going on in court right now, right here in Fulton County in Atlanta, where I live. It's going to be a crazy one, man. Y'all get ready. Shout out to Indie Visual, says watch Riding High by Tree. Is that how you pronounce it? Tree Mando. Hopefully I said that right. Yeah, y'all go check him out. Shout out to Indie Visuals. And I think we should be good. I switched to the wrong screen again, man. I keep doing that. It's Trey Mando. Okay. Yeah, shout out to Trey. All right, if y'all are ready, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Now, usually I start with a different topic and I go into our main topic, but I really want to cover this main topic because this entire case is interesting. Now, y'all going to have to bear with me because let me make sure this is good. Here we go. Because I'm going to be doing a little bit of reading because most of this case is in paper and there really isn't any video behind it. So y'all bear with me real quick and we're going to get into it, and y'all can let me know in the comments and in the chat what your thoughts are. All right. So when talking about our guy, Brian Steele, he's free, y'all. He's out. The Georgia Supreme Court just granted Brian Steele his bond. So he's not going to have to do any time in jail as it sits right now. And I know he's looking forward to that. As much as he said he wanted to spend his time in jail with Young Thug, I'm sure he's happy he gets to go home with his family. But let's check out this article. It is written by Megan Cuniff. I know I'm saying her name wrong. I apologize, Megan. And I'll be posting a link to this article in this video and in the description as well. She says, High Court halts Young Thug's lawyer's jail sentence as he appeals contempt order. All right, now this contempt order was, again, the order that was put in place by Judge Glanville when Brian Steele found out that they had a secret meeting and without him. So he was going at Judge Glanville, telling him that this wasn't right. He wanted to call for a mistrial. And Judge Glanville asked Brian Steele where he found out the information from. He did not deny, the judge did not deny that they had the meeting without him. He just wanted to know who told him the information. Brian Steele said, I'm not telling you the information. And then he got held in contempt. All right. So a judge in Atlanta, Georgia ordered the attorney to serve 10 weekends in jail for criminal contempt for not saying who told him about a secret meeting with a witness, which is not okay. All right. So here's the case information for you guys as well. So you can see that there. And then it also says Young Thug will not have his lawyer as a cellmate this weekend. The Georgia Supreme Court on Wednesday granted bond for Brian Steele as he appeals a contempt of court order issued Monday by a judge angry he won't disclose who told him about a secret chambers meeting with a key witness in the racketeering conspiracy trial against the rapper and his 5 co-defendants. All right, a lot of co-defendants in this case. The 2-word judgment means Steele won't have to report to jail in Atlanta, Georgia by 7 p.m. as Fulton County Superior Court Judge Glanville ordered. Glanville's contempt order still stands as Steele's lawyer appeals, and another could be on the way. Jeez, man. Yeah, Judge Glanville really wants to find out who the mole is on this one, which I think we're going to get into later. We might know who it is. The judge on Tuesday ordered everyone who attended the meeting to appear at the June 25th hearing to show cause why one or more of them should not be held in contempt for disclosing information from the ex parte conversation to member of the defense counsel. So that hearing is going to take place on June 25th. Y'all can guarantee that we're going to have a video and cover this as well. So make sure you stay tuned in for that. Also, it says, yeah, the reason they're going to hold this is because they want to be able to show why one or more of them should not be held in contempt. So they have to tell them why what Brian Steele did was not wrong. Or I should say, instead of a double negative, I'll say why what Brian Steele did was okay and why he didn't have to disclose this information, which I think is weird, but we'll have to look into more research as to why they would have to go about it this way. Glanville told attorney Kayla Bumpus, I believe is how you say it, of the hearing after he allowed her to stop representing Lil Woody, the witness whose refusal to testify last Friday led to Monday's ex parte meeting. So again, they're not denying that the meeting happened. They're just saying that people weren't supposed to find out about it. And it's looking like this Kayla Bumpus might be the one who leaked the information. So this is where everything went down. We're going to look at this video real quick.
A written consent discharging me. I filed a motion to withdraw and I proposed an order.
Okay, can I see it, please?
May I approach?
You can. Okay, I'll mark this as the next court's exhibit in order. Do you have a Do you have a formal order that you're going to prepare with the style of the case and the case number?
Yes, Judge, that's just his signature. I prepared an order and I filed a motion with the clerk's office. I'm waiting on a file stamp.
All right, okay. Mr. Copeland, let me hand you this document. Did you read and sign that document?
Yes.
All right. Did you have an opportunity to talk with Ms. Bumpus, your satisfaction about
This whole thing is crazy.
pros and cons of her withdrawing as your counsel in this case?
Yes.
Do you wish for her to go ahead and withdraw as counsel?
Yeah.
Okay.
He threw up the peace sign. He said, yeah, get out of here. So this is when he fired his attorney. Now, this attorney was not representing him in this entire case, and we're going to get into that in a second. Lil Woody fired Bumpus from the witness stand on Monday after she told Glanville she needed to withdraw because he wanted her to. The judge put Lil Woody on the stand to confirm, and that's what we just saw there. Bumpus was substituting for Jonathan Melnick, another Atlanta attorney who appeared with Lil Woody on Friday, but said he couldn't be in court Monday because he had non-refundable plane tickets. And yeah, the judge didn't care. He said, well, y'all better figure it out and make sure somebody's here. Chief Deputy District Attorney Adrian Love questioned whether Melnick was truly representing Copeland's best interest on Friday when he told the judge that Copeland planned to invoke his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, and Copeland ended up in jail for contempt of court. That's when he said on Friday, I don't want to testify. And just said, all right, well, we're going to keep you here until Monday. And then Monday, of course, we know Lil Woody, being the snitch that he is, he's like, all right, I'll talk. And he's talking right now. We're going to get into it. The judge ordered Lil Woody, a former close friend of Young Thug's, legal name Jeffrey Williams, into custody after he defiantly said, I plead the fifth, when asked his age. Melnick said later in the day that Lil Woody planned to invoke again on Monday, but Lil Woody instead began testifying after court started about 2 hours later than scheduled. So that secret meeting took place somewhere in between the judge hearing that Lil Woody's lawyer said he was going to plead the fifth again, and Lil Woody deciding to take his place on the stand, which is weird because, as we're going to get into later, we've got the document showing some of the things that went on in the secret meeting. All right, so all of it was recorded. They have the full details, and we're going to go over it here shortly. And it's looking like the judge told Lil Woody some things and said, hey man, listen, if you don't testify, I'm going to keep you here for a long time until you decide to testify, which in some cases might not be a good look. We'll see. During a break in Lil Woody's testimony, Steele told Glanville he'd heard of the ex parte meeting, that means the secret meeting, and demanded to know why the defense wasn't included or notified. The judge wouldn't discuss the meeting and instead demanded Steele tell him how he learned of it. It's crazy. Steele refused. Glanville had him taken into custody. He was taken to a courthouse holding cell, but soon allowed back into the courtroom. And we covered this in the last video. All right, so then he gets out. We're all good. Attorney Doug Weinstein asked Judge Glanville to recuse himself in a 15-page filing on Wednesday. Oh man, that said the judge coerced sworn witness Lil Woody to testify during a meeting. Yeah, this is bad, y'all. And we've actually got the 15-page filing right here. We're going to go over it here shortly, and you're going to see in specific detail what Judge Glanville actually said. And you guys will get to decide if you think this was right or wrong, if you think he was coercing him, if you think he was even threatening him, because man, there's a lot in this filing. Defendant should have been afforded an opportunity to attend any hearing where a sworn witness in a critical stage of the trial is being coerced to testify, Weinstein wrote. The only logical conclusion to be drawn by the willful exclusion of all defense counsel from the meeting among Chief Judge Glanville, the state and sworn, I think they meant to put here, witness Lil Woody, was to harass and intimidate the sworn witness into testifying. And we're going to see in more detail what that looks like. So they're trying to get Judge Glanville out of here. And I don't know, y'all, when we look at this filing, you're going to see that it's looking like he did a lot of the things they're accusing him of. Whether it comes to pass that he gets kicked out of the case, that there's a mistrial, that he does have to recuse himself, we're going to find out. Weinstein asked Glanville to send in the motion to another judge, but Glanville declined and rejected the motion in a brief discussion Wednesday afternoon, which is weird that he gets to decide if they can send the motion or not. Crazy. Glanville said the issue comes up a fair bit, criticizing his decision to hold an ex parte meeting with Lil Woody as a routine decision by a trial judge. Well, we're going to find out if it's okay or not. You can't file a motion to recuse for a ruling that a trial judge makes. Okay. So what he's saying here is he's basically saying that Weinstein was upset or mad at the ruling that the judge is making. And that's why he's filing this motion to recuse. And he's saying you can't do that. Glanville also says, and that's what you're doing in this particular situation. He also said, because if that were the case, then no trial judge would be able to sit through a trial and give adverse rulings. All right. But that's not what they're saying, which I think it's weird that Glanville is saying that, because what they're saying is you had the meeting without us. And that's the issue. The issue is not that we're upset with your ruling. The issue is that you did something that goes against the court. So remember bias, he says. I've got to do something extrajudicial. Isn't that what he did, though? What?
Point two. The court's had an opportunity to read your motion. I've also had an opportunity to take a look at, because this issue comes up a fair bit. Baptiste versus the state, I invite you to take a look at that. And that's from our Court of Appeals, 229 Georgia Appeals 691. Basically, you can't file a motion to recuse for ruling that a trial judge makes, okay? And that's what you're doing in this particular situation. You're saying you don't like what I ruled upon. You're alleging some facts in an affidavit that support that decision. Because if that were the case, then no trial judge would be able to sit through a trial and give adverse rulings. So for the reasons set forth in Baptiste and other cases, I'm going to deny your motion to recuse on its face, okay?
All right, so judge shot that down. He said, nope, not doing it. And Glanville also declined to allow immediate review by the appellate court. So these judges have a lot of power in these trials. There's a lot of ways, and you have to go over the judge's head to even get this looked at. So he said, Judge Glanville said, you can appeal it at the end of the case. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Hey, I'll live by it. Basically saying when this trial is over, then you guys can appeal this contempt. So he was really trying to push to punish Brian Steele for what he did and not give him an opportunity to defend himself in this case. And then Weinstein says, are you interested in removing the cloud that's hanging over this case right now, Your Honor? Weinstein asked. Glanville warned Weinstein. He said, you need to be very careful about what you're saying as a matter of professional responsibility, and told him to tread lightly. Ooh. Glanville's starting to feel the heat, it sounds like. Remember, we haven't nugged out all the issues involved in that affidavit. Weinstein's affidavit includes more detail about what attorneys believe occurred in Monday's meeting, including that Lil Woody stated he would sit in jail for 2 years rather than testify. Okay, so maybe that's some points to Lil Woody's loyalty, even though he snitched before. So we might have to give him some points for that. Upon information and belief at the ex parte meeting the morning of June 10th, 2024, Glanville informed Lil Woody that CJ Glanville could keep Copeland, or Lil Woody, incarcerated until additional defendants were tried. Wow, not just the 6 defendants currently on trial. And the thing about this is, so what Judge Glanville is saying is that I could keep you incarcerated and we could hold your testimony until all the other defendants were heard. And then he also says that there are more than a dozen defendants that were left to be heard, which is crazy. This is wild, man. This is a huge threat. I don't know. Y'all have to let me know what you think. Will this be a threat to you? A judge saying, hey, if you don't testify, I'm going to hold you here until we hear from everybody. Shh. Lil Woody said he would lie on the stand. According to the affidavit, the Fulton County Deputy District Attorney Simone Hilton stated that she would not prosecute Lil Woody if he were to lie on the stand. What? The affidavit also says that upon information and belief, Lil Woody told Hilton that he would state that he killed Donovan Thomas Jr., which is Big Nut, whose murder is a key crime in the trial. And Hilton told him she'd prosecute him for perjury if he did. So Lil Woody says, I'll lie. Hey, Simone, I'll lie on the stand if you need me to. It's fine. And she said, oh, that's okay. If you lie on the stand, don't worry about it. We won't prosecute you. And then Lil Woody says, yeah, and I'm going to lie on the stand and say I killed Big Nut, because if he does that, what does that do? That takes away the guilt or blame on Young Thug. What did Simone say? What did Ms. Hilton say? She said, oh no, if you do that, then we're going to prosecute you. That's crazy. This is dirty, dirty, dirty. This whole case is just a mess, an absolute mess, man. I don't see how they could do this. Oh man, Lil Woody was charged with murder years ago for Big Nut in January of 2015, the fatal shooting outside of an Atlanta barbershop, but the case was dismissed. Prosecutors charged 5 of Williams' co-defendants with the murder as a part of the 2022 racketeering conspiracy indictment. 2 are on trial with him. Shannon, who was in the courtroom, and DeMonte, Yak Got It, was in there as well. Thomas's shooting also is the basis for several of the 191 overt acts supporting the racketeering conspiracy charge. And as we mentioned before, this is the biggest charge against Young Thug right now, is that he basically planned this whole thing. So we're going to get into it a little more, but as y'all saw, our guy Brian Steele is free. He's out. They filed everything that they needed to file to get him out, and the Supreme Court said, nah, you don't have everything that you need to keep him in here, so we're going to let him out. All right, let me know what y'all think in this case, because this is absolutely insane. Oh, look at who it is. The amazing Amy is in here. Shout out to Amy. Showing love. We got my dog Hollywood Co up in here. Good to see you, man. What did he say? He said Woody is on the stand right now acting a fool. Yeah, we're going to look at it. We're going to look at it here in a second, Hollywood Co, because they're actually live for day 4 of this part of the trial right now. And Lil Woody is cutting up. I've got one more thing that I want to go over with y'all before we get into it. All right, so we're going to check this out. I want to just double check and make sure y'all didn't have anything else. Let's see. RGB Short said, what's up, Amy? Thanks again for sponsoring me last night. Yeah, shout out to Amy. She sponsored over 12 artists last night and made sure they got their music played on the show. I know y'all appreciate it, and I do as well. We've got Spiritual E is up in here too. Shout out to Spiritual E. RGB Short says court is not as interesting as the movies. I don't know if you meant it's more interesting or it is as interesting. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. All right. I think I got everybody and all the comments in here. We're going to keep it moving. And what I want to go over is, this is a look into what happened behind the scenes in the secret meeting. All right. So this is the motion to recuse Judge Glanville. And there's a lot going on in this filing. All right. So we're going to get into it. We're going to check it out and see why they're saying that Judge Glanville needs to be removed from this case immediately. Now there's 15 pages. We're not going to go through all 15 pages. I'm just going to highlight some of the sections that give us information and insight into what went on in this ex parte or secret meeting. All right. So this is the state of Georgia versus DeMonte Kendrick. All right. Check this one out. Motion to recuse Chief Judge Glanville. The defendant, Mr. Kendrick, by and through his undersigned counsel, without waiving any other rights to which he is entitled, files this motion to recuse Judge Glanville from continuing to preside over the present case and requests the present trial be temporarily halted until the present motion is heard by another judge of the Superior Court, consistent with the uniform rules, the Superior Court Judges of Georgia. That's crazy, y'all. So, man, I feel so bad for these jury members. Some of y'all know I served on a grand jury here in Fulton County in Atlanta for 3+ months. It was an amazing experience to me. But when you're serving on the grand jury, those days that you serve, they're gone. So these jurors have been working on this case for what, 2+ years now? And now you've got this motion to recuse is put in place. It's just delay after delay after delay. And these jurors, man, I'm sure they're probably sick of this at this point. Anyway, it is vital to the functioning of the courts that the public believe in the absolute integrity and impartiality of its judges. Do y'all believe that Judge Glanville is impartial? What? You have to tell me. The present case involves a 65 count. Okay, we know all of that, which is good. Let's see. Central figure, perhaps the central figure in the state's case, is Lil Woody. On Friday, June 7th, we know what happened. Lil Woody was sworn in, despite being warned by Judge Glanville that incarceration may be the result of refusing to testify after being given a grant of immunity. Lil Woody refused to testify on that day. Okay, so we know about this. And then he got thrown in jail for the weekend. And then we come back on Monday. All defense counsel were present in the Fulton County Courthouse around 8:30 a.m. So they got there early, man. They were ready to go. They're admitted entrance into the courtroom 1C and everything was good. They were waiting until 9 o'clock, right? All right, so we keep it moving. Defense counsel waited and waited between 11 a.m. and 11:30. So 2 to 2.5 hours before or after the trial was supposed to begin, Glanville took the bench and announced that Lil Woody was prepared to testify. They said, what? Why did this happen? How did this happen? Let's see. Attorney Brian Steele, counsel for defendant Young Thug, inquired with the court as to the delay. He said, what happened and what had occurred prior to Glanville taking the bench? His inquiry was not accepted. I wonder why. Unknown to any member of defense counsel during the waiting period in the morning, upon information and belief, an ex parte meeting was held in Chief Judge Glanville's chambers on June 10th, 2024. And that is a no-no. Can't be doing that. And who was there? Judge Glanville was there. Assistant District Attorney Love was there. We got Simone was in there too. Miss Hilton, Assistant District Attorney Hilton was there, and other members of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, deputies, sworn witness Lil Woody, and Lil Woody's attorney, y'all. You can't do that. They had a whole picnic out there. I mean, they had everybody. It was a family reunion. It was a prosecution family reunion. They had the judge, they had this district attorney, they had Lil Woody in there, they had his attorney, but no one from the defense. Can't do that, man. No member of the defense counsel was present at the ex parte meeting. All right. Despite the subject matter of the meeting being a critical phase of the trial, especially if they're trying to get Lil Woody to testify, right? Upon information and belief, neither Judge Glanville nor any member of a court staff nor the Fulton County District Attorney Office made any member of the defense counsel aware of the ex parte meeting, either before the ex parte meeting was held, during the ex parte meeting, or after the ex parte meeting. Now, this is interesting because we still want to know. I mean, I want to know, Judge Glanville wants to know why and how Brian Steele found out about this meeting. So it says here, upon information and belief, neither Chief Judge Glanville nor any member of the court staff nor the Fulton County DA, okay, so it wasn't them, made any member of the defense aware of the meeting. Meaning there's only a few people it could have been. It could have been Lil Woody, or as it said earlier, who was there? Lil Woody's attorney. Uh-oh. So it could have been one of those two. I'm going to let y'all decide and guess who you think it was. I have a feeling at this point that it was his attorney, because she was about to get fired. So she's, hey, whatever. I don't care about this. I'm out of the case. She's probably walking by in the hall. And Brian saw her. He said, hey, what's going on? She said, man, we just got out of this meeting with the judge. Brian said, oh, yo, hold on, what? He said, yeah, I was there. The assistant DA was there. Miss Love. Simone Hilton was there. The assistant DA. Lil Woody was there. The judge was there. And he basically said what we're going to hear about here next. Y'all, this is wild. Lil Woody briefly testified prior to lunch recess. One or more members of the defense counsel were later made aware of the meeting with sworn witness Lil Woody and made aware of at least some of the content and subject matter of the ex parte meeting. Oh, Judge Glanville's got a mole. That's why he wants to find out who it is. Upon information and belief, the following events occurred at the ex parte meeting with sworn witness Lil Woody in the chambers of Judge Glanville. All right, so here's everything that went down inside the secret meeting. Y'all look at this. Upon information and belief, and I'm going to skip the upon information and belief just because it gets annoying to say over and over. Lil Woody announced that he would invoke his Fifth Amendment right to testify. All right, he says, I'm not saying anything still. Now, remember, he got locked up on Friday. Right, they brought Judge Glanville, let him out on Monday, and now they're meeting before the trial on Monday. So Lil Woody, he says, I'm still not saying anything, Judge. I'm tired of snitching. I'm not snitching. Lil Woody stated he would sit in jail for 2 years rather than testify. Okay. We got to give Lil Woody some loyalty points for that. All right. Judge Glanville informed Lil Woody that he could keep Lil Woody incarcerated until additional defendants were tried, not just the 6 defendants currently on trial. This sounds like a threat to me, y'all. I don't know. Y'all have to let me know what you think. This sounds like he's threatening him to me. But hey, if you don't testify, I'm going to keep you here as long as I want to. ADA Love or Assistant DA Simone Hilton informed Lil Woody that there were over a dozen defendants left to try. What? Y'all see how long it's taking for them just to get through a few. He could be in there until 2025, 2026. Following the above coercive actions, very specific with the wording here, by Judge Glanville, in conjunction with one or more attorneys from Fulton County DA's office, sworn witness Lil Woody stated at the ex parte meeting that he would testify. All right, so he says, all right, I'll testify. I don't want to be in jail for that long. Man. Glanville also presented the witness with the printout of the perjury statute and the false statement statute of the state of Georgia during the ex parte meeting. So he let him know what he was getting into here. And then what did Lil Woody said? Lil Woody said to ADA Hilton, Simone Hilton, that if he called to testify that he would lie on the stand. Okay. And what does Simone say? Lil Woody's response to the statement that he would lie. Oh, okay. In a response to Lil Woody's statement that he would lie, Simone Hilton said that she would not prosecute Lil Woody if he were to lie on the stand. What's going on, y'all? This legal system is just crazy. That you have the power to enable a key witness, not without the defense being there, to lie and say, "Don't worry about it, we'll let it go." This is, imagine what goes on that isn't on TV. Sworn witness Lil Woody also stated to Simone Hilton that he would testify that he killed Big Nut. Uh-oh, she wasn't expecting that. What'd she say? She said, hold on. In response to what Lil Woody said, ADA Hilton said that if he testified that he killed Big Nut, then Lil Woody, then she would prosecute Lil Woody for perjury if he testified that. During court on the afternoon of June 10th, which was Monday, when one or more of the above allegations were presented to the court by Attorney Steele, Judge Glanville denied that one or more events above relayed to him were accurate. So that judge is up there lying. Judge Glanville, you got to go, man. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but they got to get this man out of here. The judge must cease to act and must make an immediate determination. When a trial judge is presented with a recusal motion and an accompanying affidavit, the judge must temporarily cease to act on the merits and determine immediately whether the motion is timely, whether the affidavit is legally sufficient, and whether the affidavit sets forth facts that is proved would warrant the assigned judge's recusal from the case. All right. So I'm not a professional on this, so I'm going to let somebody else address that. But basically it's saying they need to make sure that he has enough time and he has to take the time to look at it and needs to remove himself. But Judge Glanville said he's not doing that. The presented motion for recusal is being timely submitted to the court. So they're saying, hey, we gave you enough time here. You should be able to remove yourself, and we need to get another judge in the building. The present motion includes a sufficient affidavit demonstrating the need for recusal. Obviously, we saw above that he was intimidating a witness. I mean, we all know that's wrong. You can't be out here threatening witnesses, man, no matter who you are. And then also the recusal is based on facts alleged in the Weinstein affidavit. All right. So here's them stating all of the rules and the legal side of things. Given that the facts as alleged must be assumed to be true, the Weinstein affidavit is sufficient and the recusal would be authorized under the alleged facts. Another judge should be assigned to hear this motion to recuse. Because right now, Judge Glanville is hearing it and he said, nah, I don't think you've got enough here. We're going to keep moving on with this trial. So y'all got to let me know what you think. Is this trial in jeopardy? Is it going to get thrown out? Is there going to be a mistrial? Is Judge Glanville going to be removed from the trial? And should he recuse himself? I think so. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments and in the chat. Let me see what y'all are saying, man. This whole thing is wild. We're going to get into and see what's going on with the trial right now. Hollywood Code says L. Glanville. Amy said Lil Woody and Big Nut. How they keep a straight face in court, I have no clue. I would be laughing. Well, they don't call them that. They call them by their name. So I think that's how they get away with it, because I can't keep it together. She said they need to change their names. I could not with their names. It's wild, man. Yeah. Yeah. Lil Woods over there saying he busted a big nut.
Hey, yo.
Hollywood Code saying mistrial. time served. Woo, you know how happy this city would be right now, especially with everything that's going on with Fannie Willis. If that were to happen and it was a mistrial and he got time served, they wouldn't. Atlanta would shut down, would absolutely shut down. What else? Oh, RGB Shorts said he's got to get out of here. Good to see you, RGB Shorts. Thanks for stopping by. And who else? Amy's over there cracking up. Yeah, man. Shout out to Lil Woody and Big Nut. All right, rest in peace to Big Nut, really. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Now we got to get into the interesting part. Oh, Hollywood Co said, what do I think? I don't know enough about the legal system to say for sure. But if you were to ask my opinion, based on what I see, I think the defense, their best bet in this case is to continue to push for Judge Glanville to be removed. And I think it was a huge error for the prosecution and for Judge Glanville to meet with Lil Woody like they did. So what could happen because of that? I mean, I've heard a few things. It doesn't seem too solid. If I had to make a decision, you told me I got to put my money on what's going to happen in this case. From what I've seen, I think it's just going to move forward. And what's going to happen is exactly what Judge Glanville said. He said, hey, if you want to fight this once the trial is over, y'all can go ahead and do this. I'm going to continue to run this trial. I'm going to continue to do my job. And if you want to appeal it, you can call me as a witness later on, but I'm going to finish the task at hand, whatever the cost, because clearly he doesn't want to give up this trial either, right? So if you were to ask me, I think it's going to continue forward. Judge Glanville is going to say, we're not going to get distracted and sidetracked. We're going to go and have a ruling at the end of the day, and the case is going to move on, because I don't think this is enough. All right, let's go back. We're going to talk about Lil Woody for a second, and this is the last thing we're going to do. Also, I want to review some of the case that is going, or some of the trial that's going on right now. As I mentioned, it is day 3. So they are actually in the courtroom in 1C right now over down there, down the street in Fulton County. So y'all check this out. So first of all, we got to talk about Lil Woody, what happened yesterday. So we mentioned in the past video what happened when Lil Woody first got brought in, when the whole shooting went down with Big Nut. He got brought in, they questioned him, and he said, hey man, I don't want to go back to jail. I know I did some things wrong by defending myself, but I don't want to go back to jail. So I know some things that are happening. I know some things that are about to go down. If I'll tell y'all whatever you need, if you just let me out. And he said, actually, there's something about to go down today. And if y'all let me out, you can set everything up and we can work together. Just make it look like I wasn't involved and we'll be good to go. Now, this happened back in 2015. Fast forward to today. Now, obviously, they're using Lil Woody's, I guess you could say, interrogation or interaction that he had with the police in court. And I want to look at and show y'all his reaction to the time that he snitched. It ain't great.
Answering your question. I understand. You're saying your federal case that they send you to the feds. What does that have to do with Little D purchasing a gun for you?
The homicide investigator told me that I had the rights to protect myself.
Okay.
So I believed the way he said and got a gun to protect myself.
And how did you get that gun?
I paid Lil D to go get it.
And we talked about yesterday, you can't do that.
Don't recognize that person.
And that's your testimony today?
I do not recognize him.
Do you know someone by the name of Duke?
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 Yes.
Okay. How do you know Duke?
I've been around him a lot.
And when you say a lot, is that recently or back in
Back in days.
Right. This is before you went to prison in 2015?
Yes.
When you say you've been around him a lot, how often were you around him?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Here he goes. That's Lil Woody talking to the police. Dang. This is bad.
Do you hear yourself when you said you FaceTime Thug?
Say it again.
Did you hear when you said you FaceTime Thug?
I heard I say something. I can't recall what I said. I have a hearing problem.
I'm now going to play on that same date, 3/47/40 to 3/47/41.
This man snitches so much he can't even remember how much he snitched.
Do you hear when you said you called FaceTime on Thug? You called Thug on FaceTime for Kel.
Your ear better than mine.
And y'all remember we talked about it on the other video. He denied ever making any FaceTime calls, ever making any phone calls. He said, I don't really like doing that. Jeez.
Did you hear you say Thug FaceTime me back?
Your ear better than mine.
Come on, Woody.
So again, have you used FaceTime to speak with Thug?
I don't recall.
All right.
Stop the cap.
Now, when using FaceTime, have you previously told investigators why you understand people to use FaceTime?
This is
The
crazy.
reason why your friend group uses FaceTime.
Objection calls for speculation.
So he, again, the reason there was objection because he never said that they use FaceTime or that the group uses FaceTime. So she's gotta re-ask that question. he said, bro is ignorant. Nah, he doesn't want to go back to jail, man. Hollywood Co said, bro might be an evil genius. Mixed Chick Samantha's back in here, said his responses are priceless. Yeah, Lil Woody is a whole mess.
I'm overrule the objection. Or put it this way, subject to more foundation.
And of course,
Why
Judge
do you
Glanville
use
overruled it.
FaceTime?
I don't use FaceTime.
Have you ever used FaceTime?
Objection asked and answered.
Overrule, sir.
Have you ever used FaceTime?
People have FaceTime me.
All right, now we talked about this video earlier. This is where Lil Woody, he got brought in. Well, he didn't even get brought in. They told him he needed to come down to the station. Did he have to? No. But they said, hey, after the shooting that went down at your house, people drove by, they shot up your neighbor's house. They came back, they shot up your house. Then they came back while you were loading your car. They shot at you. And you shot back at them. You need to come down to the station and talk about us. Or talk to us about it. This is what's going on right here.
Through 126:43.
All right.
And FaceTime them right in your face and let you hear these niggas talk. Because they think that FaceTime can't be monitored, which is stupid. Every last one of these niggas talk on FaceTime.
Oh, man.
And I'm going to conclude that at 125:45.
There's him saying that he uses FaceTime.
Excuse me.
I'll sustain the objection.
What is the reason why FaceTime is used?
Huh?
What is the reason why FaceTime is used?
Huh? What you mean?
Overruled, sir. You can have a continued objection. You can answer the question, sir.
Did you hear yourself in the video say?
Overruled, gentlemen. Mr. Sharp, Mr. Steele.
Lil Woody's ready to get up out of there, man.
That's what I said.
Did you hear yourself say that in the video?
I told you I got a hearing problem.
Would you like me to play it back?
What?
You can play it. If I can't put it in my ear, I won't be able to recognize what I said. It's the sound of it.
I understand.
Yo, this man has amnesia, a hearing problem, a reading problem. Yo, they just need to go ahead and get Lil Woody up out of here, man. I don't know how he survives on a daily basis. I feel bad for him. All right, just a little bit more.
Have you ever heard of 30?
You said, have I ever heard 30 deep?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's 30?
What you mean?
All right, I can't take it anymore, man. Shout out to Lil Woody. Yo, he was not giving this assistant district attorney, and this is Simone Hilton. He's not giving her anything that she wants, which reminds me, we've got to go back and watch this trial, especially from the beginning. Now, y'all have to pay attention and really listen to what Lil Woody's saying here. And I know some of y'all were mentioning in the comments in the chat that he's getting nervous. Wait till you see this, because Lil Woody, he's done. He's ready to get up out of here. So this is what happened earlier this morning. Look how Judge Glanville's looking at him. He's like, man, this ninja again. Oh, the recorder, they got him some headphones. Uh-oh. Hearing problem is fixed now.
Okay. Just remind me.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Copeland, before I take this down, Christine. You take this down. Mr. Copeland, before our jury comes in, that set of headsets is for your use when we play audio exhibits, so you can better hear the exhibit, okay? So just take it up and put it in your ear as soon as we play something, okay?
Here we go.
All right.
All right, so they're going to bring everybody in. I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
Mr. Copeland is still under oath, okay?
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
Ms. Hilton?
Get him, Simone. Shout out to ADA Hilton.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, Mr. Copeland, I want to direct your attention to Saturday, January 10th, 2015, the night that Dr. Thomas was killed. Can you hear me?
Jackie.
All right.
Turn the mic on, though.
Do you remember
Dang.
that day, the night that Dr. Thomas got killed?
No.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Did you ever go to the police on either the night of or the early morning hours after Mr. Dr. Thomas got killed?
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled, sir.
She said, do you remember the night that he got killed?
You answered.
Okay.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah.
In the early morning hours after Dr. Thomas got killed, did you go to the police?
I think the police called me. Right.
Did you go down to the police department after the police called you?
I think.
All right. I want you to go back to that day before Dr. Thomas got killed. And I want you to tell the jurors what you remember about the day that Dr. Thomas got killed.
Ooh, great question. He said he's about to go deaf. He's gonna say the headphones are too loud. Man, Lil Woody, come on, man. You don't think that hard. He's thinking about it.
I got a call saying that I don't know how, I can't recall how it was hit. I remember getting a call saying that I killed Nut.
That you killed him.
The word was, I got a call and people were saying that, am I okay? They saying I killed Nut.
Oh, I'm gonna send the objection.
Before you got a phone call, can you tell the jurors where you were that morning before you got the phone call saying that I killed Nut?
What you mean? Why was that morning?
Where were you that day? Do you remember that day though? Were you at your girlfriend's house that morning?
Oh, yeah.
So tell the jurors what you remember about that entire day up until you got that phone call.
ADA Love is over there coaching her up.
I was in my girl's house.
And what happened while you were at your girl's house?
Nothing.
All right. Did you ever leave? Let me ask you, what's your girlfriend's name?
I'm single.
Back in 2015, what was your girlfriend's name?
Come on, Woody.
Do I have to answer that?
Yes.
Deshaun?
Yes.
All right. So, what side of town was Deshaun living in back in 2015?
Come on, Woody.
Carver home.
Okay. And did you wake up at Deshaun's house in Carver Home that morning that you learned about Diamond being killed?
I was in the car when I found out he got killed.
I said that morning. Before you found out when he got killed, we're going to talk about that morning. Were you at Deshaun's home?
Yes.
All right. When you were at her house, were you there by yourself?
I was asleep.
Okay. At some point, did you wake up?
I had to. I'm here today.
All right. And when you woke up, what did you do?
This man is crazy.
I came out the house, I guess. I went out that door.
All right. Where did you go?
To my neighborhood.
When you say to your neighborhood, what do you mean?
To my neighborhood.
Is that Mechanicsville?
Yes.
Okay. How did you get to Mechanicsville?
Did you walk?
I drove.
Okay.
And did you have your own car?
I was in my brother's car.
All right. And back in 2015, where did your brother live?
In
Next
the same
door.
place.
Is that Carver Homes?
I think so.
All right. And which brother lived in Carver Homes?
My brother.
Which one?
What you mean, which one?
You have three, right?
Yeah.
Which of the three brothers live in Carver Homes?
He said, what you mean? Come on, man.
Trez.
All right. Do you remember what time you went over to Mechanicsville?
No.
All right, let me fast forward a little bit.
Mechanicsville? Did you go anywhere after leaving Mechanicsville, from what you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember where you went?
Pick the D up.
Okay. And which
Uh-oh.
facility are you talking about?
Because there's a Lil
One
D
day I
friend
was-
and then there's Lil D his son, I
That
believe.
Little D you referenced as your son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you picked Little D up? Where did you pick Little D up at?
A McDonald's.
Okay. Where was the McDonald's?
Ooh. This is no good. Y'all, if y'all might remember, we talked about this in the last video. What happened after Big Nut got shot? They called Thug and they met up at a McDonald's. Lil Woody's saying that he went to pick up Lil D, who was involved in the shooting at McDonald's. Oh man, oh man.
On Cleveland Avenue.
At McDonald's.
When you got to the McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue,
At McDonald's.
was there anyone else with Lil D?
Just him and Shannon.
Shannon's in the courtroom too.
Just him and Shannon.
When you picked up Lil D, what did Shannon do?
What you mean?
You said you picked Lil D up. Did you also pick up Shannon?
I said I picked up both of them.
Okay. And when you picked up both of them, where did you all go?
I blinked out after that.
You blanked out after that.
Hold on. What? Y'all, did y'all hear what he said?
When you picked up Lil D, what did Shannon do?
What you mean?
You said you picked Lil D up.
What
Did
you
also
mean?
Pick up Shannon?
I said I picked up both of them.
Okay.
What's up, Hobby?
And when you picked up both of them, where did you all go?
I blinked out after that.
Oh, come on, man. So he drove his whole car to McDonald's, picked up Lil D and Shannon, and he doesn't remember what happened after that. This dude.
Yeah, after that. Where did you all go?
I blinked out after that.
You blanked out after that. Okay. Why did you blank out?
Because they were saying that I got phone calls saying that I did something.
This dude is lying, and snitching at the same time.
Yeah. Moonton.
Young Thug's brother.
And do you recall how he called you? Did he call you on FaceTime? Did he call you on the phone?
I just know he said, he asked me what I got going on, or if I heard what happened, or what I don't know what he said. I just know he said that, I mean, people saying that I killed Nut, and he would call him.
Now let me ask you this: did you kill Nut?
Whoa.
Did you kill Nut?
No.
Now when
He said no.
Those who called you was both Shannon and Lil D.
Y'all saw how everybody looked up when he said that, when she asked him that. They wanted to hear that question, hear that answer.
Now let me ask you this: did you kill Nut?
Look at everybody looked up. Yeah.
Did you kill Nut?
No.
Now when Moulton called you was both Shannon and Lil D in the car when Moulton called you.
Huh?
Was Shannon?
He blacked out, remember? He blanked out.
I think so.
Jeez.
Now, before Moulton called you, did you, Shannon and Lil D, have any conversations about Nut being killed?
No.
Come on.
Stop the cap.
And y'all remember when they had this ex parte secret meeting, Lil Woody said that he was going to say he killed Big Nut. But then the ADA, who's speaking right now, Simone Hilton, said, okay, if you do that, we're going to prosecute you. So he said, nah, I'm good.
Now, after you got the phone with Monson,
Yeah. He's a big dummy, Javi.
Huh?
You said you on the phone with Monson in the car.
I blinked out. Like, I know I end up in a whole lot of places. Every time I looked around, I was somewhere different.
This doesn't make any sense.
Later that evening, did you, as we talked earlier, go to the police department?
No.
The night that you learned about Nut's death, and Monson called you, at some point, did you ever go to the police department?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, you say ask and answer? Correct. All right, I'll sustain the objection.
Yeah, she's asking the same question.
On January 11th, did you ever speak with police?
Yeah, same question.
Overruled, sir.
Say that again?
On the morning of January 11th, did you ever speak with police about Nut being killed?
Yeah, the police called me.
And did you go to the police department?
Same objection.
Overruled, sir.
They called you. Did you go to the police department and speak to the police?
I agree.
How did you get to the police department?
And shout out to Javier LaFleur. As many of y'all know, he is our resident lawyer here on the Music Morning Show. He said the cross is going to be great. Oh, man. Said, I can't wait for that. Brian Steele is going to light Lil Woody up. This is going to be crazy. I think Weinstein's in. I think he's in there too. We know we've got Mr. Adams back here as well. I can't remember his first name. I cannot wait until we get to cross-examination. This is going to be tough because, you know, right now, ADA Hilton is just kind of establishing, telling the background, giving the story, making sure she gets her points in. We're going to get to see the defense just break everything down. And they didn't make any deals with Woody. All right. So there's no holding back. I can't wait to see it either. It's going to be great.
I got dropped off.
Let me rewind it for y'all.
Did you ever speak
Sir.
January 11th, did you ever speak with police?
Yeah, same question.
Overruled, sir.
Say that again?
On the morning of January 11th, did you ever speak with police about Nut being killed?
They all looked up
Yeah,
again.
the police called me.
And did you go to the police department?
Same objection.
Overruled, sir.
They called you. Did you go to the police department and speak to the police?
Yeah, I think.
How did you get to the police department?
I got dropped off.
By who?
He remembers getting dropped off.
I think Moonton dropped me off. I ain't for sure. I can't recall.
You can't recall.
But I think this who dropped me off. I just remember my brother and them let me down there. I think that night.
Now, Mr. Copeland, today being June 13, 2024, prior to today, had you ever, I want to make sure I understand, told police that Lil D and Shannon got into your vehicle?
Objection to leading.
I'll sustain the objection.
Is today the first time that you told police or to anyone?
Which day?
Today.
Come on,
Okay.
Simone, get it together.
Yesterday, did you tell myself, Miss Love?
The reason he's confused is they're talking about the secret meeting that the judge said we're not going to talk about, because they didn't talk about this in court. So she's saying, hey, remember that secret meeting, that ex parte meeting we had? Did you say this and this and this? Oh, man.
You and my other colleagues that Lil Woody and Shannon were in the car with you the night of the murder of Diamond Thomas?
I told you, and then
Young Thug said, "What's she talking about?"
What I told investigators in June, when Nut got killed, something different, because I was trying to finish my way out of a situation. So I said, what? I picked up D and Shannon. D never told me nothing. I made it up to clear myself up.
What?
And
oh man.
That's it.
And was that yesterday that you said that? Did you tell us that yesterday, what you just said?
You asked me to be truthful.
Oh, here we go.
And I told you.
They're turning on each
I
other.
told the investigator back then wasn't me being truthful. So I'm telling you something that I didn't tell them because I ain't trying to go back to jail.
I got it. But
wow.
Yesterday, the first time you said this part, and now what you're saying today is what is truthful. What you're saying right now, what you're trying to tell the jury right now, is what you are now saying is truthful.
That's what he's saying.
What I'm trying to tell you is our conversation was about something that I said in the past.
Simone, move out of the way.
I'm asking you.
I asked that Mr. Copeland allowed to finish his.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I thought you was that.
Mr. Copeland, you need to finish your answers?
No, I need a break, young.
Say again?
I need a break.
You need
Uh-oh.
restroom?
Oh, he's falling. This man's done. He's done. He's out of here. Yeah, he's out of here. Get Lil Woody out of here, man. He's done. This man is shook. Lil Woody is shook. He can't take it anymore. He sees what's going on. You know, street dudes. He can smell it a mile away. You can hear him starting to get uneasy. Ooh, he said he need a break. He don't get no breaks. You gotta go to the bathroom? You need some water? We'll get you some water. ADA is cooking him right now, and he doesn't like it. Oh my God.
Truthful. So
Come
I'm
on,
telling
man.
you something that I didn't tell them because I ain't trying to go back to jail.
I got it. But I'm asking you was yesterday.
He didn't think they were gonna bring this up.
Now what you're saying today is what is truthful.
Oh
What you're
man.
saying right now, what you're trying to tell the jury right now, is what you are now saying is truthful.
What I'm trying to tell you is our conversation was about something that I said in the past.
I understand.
So you lied. You tricked me.
Mr. Copeland allowed to finish his.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I thought you was that.
Mr. Copeland, you need to finish your answers?
No, I need a break, young.
Say again?
I need a break.
You need to use the restroom?
No, I need a break. Like,
He needs to go
I
cry.
need a break.
It's not what we do here,
Sir, it's
sir.
not time for us to take a break at this point.
Well,
in time.
okay.
Okay. I mean, unless you need to go to the bathroom or some other reason, we're not going to break at this point in time.
Just Glanville said nope.
Do you need a few moments?
Yeah, ADA Love said, hey, keep cooking him. He's feeling the heat. She's like, I got this. All right, Simone, come on now.
Was yesterday the first time that you told?
Your Honor, I asked Mr. Copeland to finish his answer if he was still.
I don't think he's finished.
Look at
I think
ADA
he's
Love.
finished, Mr. Steele.
She's about to get up there. She's done, man.
Objection.
Was yesterday the first time that you told anyone from the state that what you said back in January of 2015 was a lie?
Clean that question up. Good Lord.
And that you were trying to finesse your way out of what you told them back in January of 2015.
I told that to the investigators when they was questioning me at a certain point.
What investigators?
Y'all questioned me so many times, I don't know.
Oh,
Back in
man.
2015,
Poor Lil Rod.
Did you go
Or
to the police
Lil Rod.
again on January 11, 2015?
That was a very ugly question.
I sustain the objection.
I'm surprised he didn't object to it.
January 28, 2015.
Clean it up, Simone.
I don't know no dates, but if you know that if I went to the, you could just see it.
Did you also go and speak with the police on February 20th, 2015?
If that's what it say.
And what about on February 21st, 2015?
What's up, Smokey?
If that's what it say.
And then what about on June 10th, 2015?
If that's what it say.
If that's what it
Let
say.
me ask you this. In your interview on January 11th, 2015, do you recall your girlfriend's mother's home being shot up?
Was it?
Yes, you remember. Come on, Lil Woody. Come on, Woodman.
I'm asking, do you recall her mother's home being shot up that night after Nut was killed?
I don't know if it was the same night or the next night.
Do you also recall that the stepbaby's house was shot up that same evening?
I will object to.
Basis. I sustain this to form. You can rephrase now.
I gotta ask Javi a question. Javi, at what point do you treat this witness as hostile? Cause I don't know how they have I should say have the patience for this. I would have been like, Judge, please let me get this dude. Cause he's just, man, killing me here. And I know it was actually, there's a rumor going around from people who were actually in the courtroom that after the trial yesterday, poor Simone Hilton, she was out there crying. She was crying, man. She was tired. She's getting tired of Woody over there. But man, at what point do you do that, man? Because I would just be, I couldn't take it anymore. I don't know, Javi. You'll have to let me know. I'm not gonna tell her how to do her job, but this is rough.
Also recall that the stepbaby's house was shot up that same evening.
I will object to.
Basis. I sustain this to form. You can rephrase now.
When the young thug stepbaby's house shot up the night that Nut
I don't know.
got killed.
Yeah, how is he gonna know that? Come on, Simone.
When you went to the police station on January 11, 2015, did you go there on your own?
Nope.
Did the police come and get you to go to the police station, or did someone drop you off?
They,
He already answered that question.
I'm the objection.
Did
What?
you voluntarily go down to the police station that night?
no, I didn't volunteer. He called me.
Yes, you did voluntarily go.
You had to come down there, or did you decide to
No.
go down there yourself?
Well,
You're-
he told me
He already said
to come down, and people
Said
told
that
me
you
to go down
should.
now because
You're on.
Is there an objection, sir? And just state what it is.
Still talking.
Okay, let me see if he's finished his response. Mr. Copeland, are you finished? Or do you need to say something else to complete that last question you were asked?
yeah, I was just gonna say that I was told to go down there and speak with the police.
Okay, all right.
Do you recall in 2015 telling law enforcement officers that you were calling to get advice on whether or not you should go down and speak to the police because your name was coming up in the murder?
Can you say the first part again?
Sure. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe in his January 11, 2015 interview that you were calling around getting advice to decide whether or not you should come down to the police department because people were putting your name in the murder?
I don't know. I know when he called me, didn't know what to do. So that's why I was told to go down there. 'Cause
Yeah, and so Javier LaFleur was answering my question about them treating this witness as hostile. He said the reason they're not going to do that is it's their witness, so it would have bad optics for them. Not like there's been any good optics from Lil Woody, right? He would look inconsistent and uncredible. That's why I say cross-examination will do that job, and it's going to be fun to watch. Yeah, and I mean, at this point, I guess Lil Woody's holding on to this immunity. It's like, man, just say that you killed Big Nut. What's his name? Big Nut. And what did she say she was going to, they would get him for? It was perjury and something else. And how much time would he get for that? Here we go. ADA Hilton told Copeland that she would prosecute him from perjury if he testified that he killed Big Nut. How much time can you get for perjury? So let's see. Penalty for a person convicted of perjury will be punished by a fine of $1,000 or by a prison term between 1 and 10 years. Oh, man. Yeah, he's not talking. Javier LaFleur said he's going to be like a defense witness almost. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, he's not saying nothing.
yeah, I'm finished.
Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe in that same January 11, 2015 interview that people told you not to go down there and to wait till the police called you? But you wanted to come down so you could clear your name.
He does not want to go back to jail.
You said, did I tell him that?
Yeah.
What's your question?
I guess.
In that January 11, 2015 interview, was Thug in that interview with you?
Oh.
Huh?
When you went to go speak with Detective Thorpe on January 11, 2015, was Thug in that interview with you?
What you?
Basis.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay. Mr. Copeland, can you step outside for just a second? Ladies and gentlemen, jury, can I get you to step in your headquarters just for a minute, please?
Yeah, look at her. Miss Love is getting her right here. She said, "What are you doing? You can't do that." Yeah, I don't understand why she's asking that about Young Thug being there. I don't know. Maybe this is another play they're trying to make. But Brian Steele wasn't having it. He said, "No, you're not gonna try and put my client there. It doesn't make any sense. What does Young Thug being there have to do with anything?" I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it. We'll see what they say. Here we go.
All right, counsels, please be seated. Our jury has left us and Mr. Copeland has left us. Mr. Steele, what's your motion, sir?
Oh, get him, Brian.
Can you come to the podium, please, sir?
Get him, Brian. Let's see what he's saying. And y'all, this is going on right now.
Is that there is a 24-4-403 comment on pre-arrest silence under ORR versus State. I believe it's a 2019 case, but I'll get you the site if it's not. If you put in OR and Mallory.
I'm familiar with OR. I'll look it up.
And Mallory's MALLORY. What the state did is they set up a series of questions, repeating the question that Mr. Copeland gets a call from a Detective Thorpe on January 11, 2015 morning hours.
Look at Simone, she's stressing.
Telling him, according to Mr. Copeland, that he needs to come down to the police department. Mr. Copeland is reaching out to people allegedly saying whether I come or not. He spoke with people who said, go down to the police department. The state then, for some reason, immediately says, well, did Jeffrey Williams come? That's after the state elicits, it's non-answered because the witness said he doesn't know, that Jeffrey Williams' stepfather's house is supposedly shot up that night. When you put that together, it is a clear indication that Jeffrey Williams should have, if he's involved, since his stepfather's house is being shot up, then he's being accused and he should go down to the police and talk to them as well. There's no basis for that. The state knows that Jeffrey Williams wasn't called by the police, wasn't asked to come down and speak.
She said,
why
see what
in
I
the
told you?
world would any prosecutor?
All right, we're going to listen to Brian, what Brian's saying. Look at this. Look, Miss Love is getting on her. Look at, look at her. Look at her. No, I want y'all to just ignore what Brian's saying right now. We'll rewind it and we'll get back to it. Look at what's going on between Miss Love and Miss ADA Hilton here.
Watch
What
the state did is they set up a series of questions, repeating the question that Mr. Copeland gets a call from Detective Thorpe on January 11, 2015, morning hours, telling him, according to Mr. Copeland, that he needs to come down to the police department. Mr. Copeland is reaching out to people allegedly saying whether I come or not. He spoke with people who said, go down to the police department. The state then, for some reason, immediately says, well, did Jeffrey Williams come? That's after the state elicits, it's non-answered because the witness said he doesn't know that Jeffrey Williams' stepfather's house is supposedly shot up that night. When you put that together, it is a clear indication that Jeffrey Williams should have, if he's involved, since his stepfather's house is being shot up, then he's being accused and he should go down to the police and talk to them as well. There's no basis for that. The state knows that Jeffrey Williams wasn't called by the police, wasn't asked to come down and speak. Why in the world would any prosecutor anywhere in this nation at any time ask a witness whether Jeffrey Williams was there? Nobody would say he was there. Nobody asked him to come. All it does is plants improperly in the mind of the jury. Jeffrey Williams was not bold like a lion, like Mr. Copeland, and go face the police that night. I'm moving for a minute.
Oh, he said mistrial.
State?
All right, Simone, come on. You got this. We're not rooting for you, but get it together.
Or if you can find it, please.
Smokey, no, he's not innocent. Stop it.
Probably 2016, maybe 19.
It's Orr versus State?
It's State versus Orr. It came from the Court of Appeals of Georgia up to the Supreme Court of Georgia. And reversed our previous demarcation where the state cannot comment on pre-arrest silence. 2 is whether it is too prejudicial versus probative. And here there's zero probative value because the true evidence is that Mr. Williams is innocent of any charge, never asked by the police to come down, and didn't have a reason to go down to, quote, clear his name. So now the jurors are left with the unbelievable impression that somehow Jeffrey Williams should have gone to the police department but didn't, and he hid behind Mr. Copeland. It's just outrageous.
That's a good point, too.
That is, I've tried so many cases, this is just wrong. And the state inquires of this witness, knowing, no matter what the witness said, it's just, nobody's going to say. There's going to be a video played where Mr. Copeland's sitting in a room with Detective Thorpe. I mean, what a crazy thing to say. Was Jeffrey Williams with you when you went to the police? Why, what's the probative value of that?
Well, I'm going to find out, I guess. So.
Cook them. Brian's cooking them.
Thank you, Mr. And the citation for is
Javier Flores,
Georgia
bad question.
App 578.
No, look at the state.
That's State v. Orr.
Look at the State versus Orr in the Georgia Supreme Court. So the
Georgia
case. I think counselors already have it. So.
All right, I think I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. If y'all want to call in, I'll probably keep the call lines open for a little bit longer. Like I said, this case is ongoing right now, and the whole thing is wild. There's gonna be a lot more to cover from here. He was involved, or for to be able to prove that he was involved in it. Do we think he was involved in it? I mean, come on, y'all. Wait, am I frozen? No, we're not frozen. We're good. Was Young Thug involved in all this? Obviously. But can they prove it? No. What are y'all saying? We should be good. What happened? Y'all are gonna have to refresh because I'm looking at YouTube right now and it was it's good. But we're all good. Let me double check and make sure. Yeah, we should be good. But anyway, Smoking the One says Slime is coming home. I don't know about that. Amy said they should be asking better open-ended questions because this isn't it. I think her questions are too open-ended. Lil Roz, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't know. I can't recall. I don't know. Y'all are saying you're froze. It's fixed. Leave and come back. Yeah, that must be on the YouTube side because I'm good over here. And I have it pulled up on my phone and it's clean. It's clear too. I'd love to hear from Javier LaFleur too. But we'll have plenty of time to talk about this if y'all want to call in at some point. Javier LaFleur said he doesn't know. Javi, let me know what you think, man. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Smoking the One said free Jeffrey. I think they should get him up out of there. YouTube is good, y'all said. All right, so let me remind y'all one more thing. Let me see if I could bring it up before we get out of here. There it is. So we are going to be live in about 30 minutes for our music review show over on the BandLab Engineer YouTube channel, and we'll be live right here in the ClassE Beats YouTube channel as well. So if y'all want to get your music heard, make sure you stop by. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be in there for a little while doing some music reviews, and we might even do some mixing and mastering in BandLab as well. So make sure y'all tap in. You know, tomorrow night we have another episode of the Song of the Night Live, and it's going to be your last chance to get into next week's Versus Challenge to claim one of those 2 spots that are left in the tournament. Okay, so you don't want to miss out. We're less than 3 weeks away from the season 8 tournament, so I'll tune in. Appreciate everybody who's in here, man. Thank y'all for showing love and support. And shout out to everyone who's watching over on X. I know there was a bunch of y'all over there too. Amy said I was frozen for like 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Smoking the One said he's been sitting for how long and nothing has changed? Yeah, I think it's over 2 years. I think it's over 2 years, and we're not even halfway through everything we need to get through. He's been in there for over 2 years now. Over 2 years now, it's looking like. Crazy. All right, Hollywood Coast says see y'all in 28 minutes. I'm gonna get up out of here. Appreciate y'all. And if you're not stopping by the show, y'all have a great rest of your afternoon. I'll see you back here tomorrow at the same time. You know what to do. Keep growing, keep pushing, keep it classy. We gone. Peace.
We're real strong people. We can do anything. We can't be worried about what they say. My brother, my sister, just believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in believe in your skin, believe in your health, believe in yourself, believe in your talk, believe in your walk, believe in yourself.
Since everything starts with self, let me hold this mirror up and take a look at myself. Before I judge you, I gotta check myself. And I come to find out that that's good for my health.